This is going to be a very strange video for my channel because my channel is a comedy channel, or at least I try and be funny. Um, I just want to kind of say my part, basically just vent. So whatever. Basically, this country is just getting worse and worse. Yeah, no, I'm talking about the government. I'm not an intelligent person, I wouldn't say. I'm just a little man with mental health problems that tries to get through each day, with a traumatic past and all that stuff. Um, so I'm a simple guy. I'm just a nerdy guy that likes to talk about movies and writing and stuff, and I'm actually writing myself, but it's getting very scary because I have mental health problems. I have depression, potentially bipolar. I'm still, going. It's a long process. You can't just, you have a therapist and stuff, see signs, and then that's when, you know. So, uh, I'm an autistic. Potentially, I have manic episodes. That's confirmed. We don't know what. So that could be ADHD, personality disorder, uh, bipolar. It runs in the family bipolar, so that's why it might more likely be that, but we don't know. But so like, there's days I can't get outside. There's days like I just stare at the door forever. There's days where I'm so like energetic, so like focused. I want to do this and 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 this, to the point where I don't eat, I don't drink, I just continue to do things. And you think, oh, you're being productive. Well, I don't rest, and I push my body to limits. I don't sleep. I just keep on doing stuff. I do not sit and relax. I just, my mind's to a million miles an hour, and then like this could happen to last for a couple of days where I'm just so, yeah. And what happens is, and I've burnouts where I'm just absolutely unwell. I physically can't move. Um, I've had these times where I've fucked up beyond my own knees, and it's still not right just because I pushed my body too much when I was like really like, "Ugh," you know. I keep randomly buying shit and or wanting to buy shit. I never had any. It's a good thing because I've ended up really enjoying it. But I never had any thought of buying a keyboard. And one day, literally, and one day it was just bam. I want to buy a keyboard, and then that same day I had to buy it. I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled looking for the right one I wanted, and I had to immediately buy it that very day without thinking about it or anything. For some reason, something is in my brain making us want to do it, and it wasn't like something that I just it's not like normal just wanting something, or like really wanting something like, oh, I can't wait for this game and stuff. It's like you need to have it now. You'll like rip your hair out if I had any, if I don't get it. It's like life or death. Like your brain just constantly plays this image in your head. You need. It's like an addiction of this, like a sudden item or sudden thing that you really want, you know, and that's what I go through at times. Anyway, I got really unwell, um, because for a year I was in a very abusive. Uh, I was an abusive one. I was in a very toxic, abusive relationship where I did all the cleaning for this person, did everything while she was shouting at us and treating us like rubbish, and I was just so like on my own past and stuff, I just put up with it, and um, she was basically like laying on her own disabilities on thick, and basically she was just getting high in the corner while I had to do everything. I spent each and every week, every day, cleaning her house and mine, uh, doing all our shopping, and she would excessively buy, and then she would expect me to carry everything to the point where like my vision was going blurry from all the strain, and like I like fell on the floor in agony once just because there was ridiculous amount of stuff she was wanting us to carry, and it was like up a steep hill, and like it was a hot summer day, and it was just killing us. Um, like uh, treating us like shit all the time. This person, anyway, and the entire relationship was basically from the beginning of the relationship and then all that. Like she was wanting to move home, and she didn't have any family or anything to help her move. As soon as I helped her move, 10 months through the relationship, uh, that like literally, as soon as she sat down in that flat, things changed. 2 weeks after, um, like like uh, no, sorry, a week after that, I didn't hear from her. Like just I didn't see her again after a week after she moved in, and then 3 weeks of just like after that of just rarely messages, kept on making excuses to see us. It was very clear anyway. 3 weeks after I had last seen her, and like a month after she moved in, she finished us. And when I accused her of, I said very politely, but I said, "Oh, um, hold on, you like finished us just as you've moved in. The whole relationship was you trying to move in. So what's going on?" And anyway, uh, she broke my front door. She went up to my front door and went, "Don't you fucking say that to me ever again." Broke my door. I had to have a plank of wood propping up my door uh, because obviously I couldn't lock it. I couldn't shut it properly, so I had to get a plank of wood, wedge it in a door on the step of my stairs, and on the door, like have it really like tight, so like no one would be able to open the door while I'm sleeping. Um, because anybody could have just like opened it where the door could have just swung open. Like maybe I don't know, maybe it was like closed enough. But yeah, it couldn't unlock, so anybody could have just robbed us in the middle of the night. Um, anyway, the reason why I was saying all that about my abuse and stuff, I know this is me talking about politics and stuff, and I'm talking about my abuse, is like 2 weeks after that, it was all mind games. She was like cuddling us and saying that I made her feel warm and safe, like proper like affectionate head and chest, like wanting us to kiss her and stuff, like on the head and it's hard to explain, but it was like very like mixed signals, wanting to like catch up again and like try and agreed to work things out, to see if we could get back together, all this stuff, like keeping us not wanting us anymore, but just keeping us as a backup just in case of long distance anyway. Then like this leading on and stuff, I can't handle the mind games. It's just not the way I work. I can't handle these like things. And anyway, 2 weeks after that, of that, after me living with this person, we nearly lived with each other. Sorry, she nearly moved in and stuff. And then like as I was like moving stuff around, ready for her stuff to move in, she had went out of the way to uh behind my back to apply for this other place, and then I had like bought stronger internet. So it was like my bill was higher and I thought it was okay. I couldn't afford it, but I thought it was okay because we were both gonna and for strong internet because two people were gonna live here and stuff. Um. Anyway, the reason why I said all that stuff is basically 2 weeks after I just couldn't handle it, and like basically when you like get out of an abusive relationship, slowly you start to remember stuff. I mean, like no, like things start to become clear. You get out of the stuff, and anyway, she yeah, I basically just tried to kill myself just because I took as many tablets as I could of my antidepressant mirtazapine tablets, and I did that because basically, as things were sinking in those 2 weeks, and also the way she was leading us on and stuff, I started to realize that the 10 months of my life was a lie that had just been used because she couldn't pack and stuff, and when she could, she was just being lazy. She just wanted me to do everything. I was just being used. I wasn't being, and I realized there wasn't much affection there. I was just lying to myself, giving her excuses. She would sit on the other side there rather than next to me all every night she was here. She would just eat all my food. My food bill, my food that I had to buy like so much food. I had no money for myself. I like was always like ran out of money, my monthly money um by like the second or third week of the month. I like didn't make it to the I didn't make it to the to like my payday, which is like several days into the new month. And anyway, I just it was so much like because I just like it was like the entire world just falls apart. Like 10 months just was a lie. Tried to kill myself, and then I waited. This is why I all said this. This is why I said this. 5 hours or six. I think it was 6 hours. This was early in the morning. I did this. 6 hours of me having an overdose. I took like 20 tablets or something. I was so ill. I was like, and I had to fight to stay awake. 6 hours waiting for an ambulance. 6 hours. It might even be more, actually. That's the thing. I even phoned up. My friend thought that I might have had like made a mistake or even like because of the tablets, like not understood or being too out of it or um imagined it or something. And they were like, no, no, they're coming. I was like, okay. Um. Anyway, I'm like just so distraught, like my life is just gone, and I'm sitting in my house all on my own, potentially dying. What these tablets are doing in in my system. I had a splitting ache and headache. My vision kept on going funny. Couldn't see like things properly at times. Like my vision was just like I kept on getting these flashes and these little like spark like little like things. Like my vision was just fucked. I was just in agony. I was in pain. I just anyway 6 hours and he had a show up. Absolutely lovely people. I even had to give him like advice on Elden Ring because he saw that I had a post Elden Ring, I had a post that had replaced a sketch that I had paid for of me and my ex. Um, but anyway, I like this lovely people, honestly, and like they made me feel a lot better. And sorry, uh, this is what I was trying to say. The way the government is treating people, and the Tories are just fucking us up, making us like just so in debt. Poor families, or um, poor families, or freezing and starving, have to choose between food and heat, and this is why I strongly agree, suggest and agree with anybody that says, please sign that don't pay for your like energy bills. Just don't pay it. Sign the petition, please. Um, but the ambulance people are so lovely and caring. At least the ones I experienced, and it's like he was such, and like even like I heard him like as I was sitting in the hospital bed, he was just giving me praise, and like he was so understanding. He was the first one to actually said that Mags was no good for us, and you could tell just straight away what she had done to us. He was so lovely. Uh, they both were, but like he was the one that spoke to us more. This guy, I can't remember. Well, I wouldn't say his name anyway because I want this all to be private. That's why I'm not gonna say an ex's name. That would be really bad. Anyway, that would be really wrong of me. Um, that's why I'm not say any private stuff. I'm not, and I'm not gonna go and. I probably went a little bit more than I need to do, but that's just the way trauma goes. You kind of like go. It probably goes blah. But I'm just saying like how much I needed help. I needed help immediately. I could have died, and it took 6 hours. And I'm not even gonna blame the ambulances. It's they were like you're underfunding them. You're just fucking us over. And now we've got this idiot Liz Trust, which is gonna fuck us over even more. I mean, it's better than the cartoon villain, fucking Rishi Sunak, that literally wanted. He said live on telly that that human rights is getting in the way of his plans. You can't say that without being very unhinged and very evil. Like, imagine being annoyed by human rights. Yeah. Um. So I got in the hospital, and I was like put in this room. I hadn't had a drink all day. I was put in this room. It was a corner thing. It was a waiting room for families, but I wasn't given a bed. I wasn't given uh, anything. I was just sitting on a little shitty chair in this tiny little room, and I was left on my own. 6 hours go by. Oh, we'll get you a cup of tea. Sorry, 3 hours go by. Oh, we'll get you. Someone finally comes. Oh, we'll get you a cup of tea. They check my blood or something. Bear in mind, I could just be dead by then. 3 hours go by, and then that happens, and then a few more hours go by. I was in the hospital for like 6 hours before I even got a drink. They eventually gave us like a packed lunch thing, which was lovely. It was like a little carton of juice like this. Like I couldn't even drink. I had to pour it in the cup that I'd given us for tea. I got a tea and a little bit of orange apple juice, and that I got that uh like basically I was so unwell. I wasn't hydrated. Couldn't even wash the tablets out of my system. I was just left on my own, abandoned. I was very depressed. Um, I think I had made a. I think I was so out of it. I made a post um, I made a post like on Instagram or something, like a story. I was like, "Oh, I'm in hospital." I guess I was feeling sorry for myself, but unfortunately, like big brain I am, my ex saw it and started kicking off, saying, "Oh, you just did this to make me look bad. You're trying to make me feel bad." It's just, like she was just trying to make it as if like I just, you know, I've already explained why I did it. But she was just like making it all about her, as she always did. And so I had that. She literally tried to not wait for the mental health team. She said that I didn't need them. She was like trying to talk us out of seeing them, which honestly, again, my whole point of the story is to explain how long it took, but I'm still giving them praise because I can't shit on the actual workers. They are really good and lovely. And then the mental health team finally came like 8 o'clock at night. I was in there from 1 o'clock, but I had been up for 6 hours or so before that, waiting for the ambulance. Um, and anyway, uh, 8 o'clock or something, or even longer, I don't know, because I didn't get out till midnight. I was just left on my own. Like that's so, and I can't even like blame them. It's like the staff are so spread thin. The NHS is so spread thin that people like me just get left in the corner in a little shitty room. Like my ex tried to kill herself, and she got a fucking bed and shit. So that's a bit weird. But in this fancy room with a TV. But I was left in the shitty little corner, and then eventually they were like, oh, at like midnight on a Sunday, they were like, um, or was like 1 o'clock in the morning. They were like, yeah, you can go. And so I got home, had to get a taxi, and that was like 25 quid. Great. But my last little bit of this video, I'm just gonna say this: how my bills are going up, everything's getting more expensive. I'm only on benefits. Um, I keep on trying to get PIP just to like make it so accessible, just so I can live and like not worry about money. But basically, they twist your words and change things. PIP is disgusting. They change your words, and like basically, if you say, "Oh yeah, there's days where I can't even feed myself," and they go, and they'll wait a bit and go, "Oh, do you have any pets? Do you feed them every day?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and they'll be like, "Oh well." Mr. Such and Such says he can't feed them, he can't look after them or do anything any days, but he does feed his cats. So actually, that's wrong. We're not going to give him any money. And it's like, not being motivated to look after myself doesn't make us evil, you know. Like, I'll still force myself, I could might not care about myself, but I'll care about a fucking animal. I just, it's so wrong. Just the way the government is, the way like stuff like that is, that they're literally like the dual like job centers, uh, like the way it is in this country, they are literally trained to try and get less people benefits as they can. The the way they treat people that go to job centers. I had a woman literally. I had to like send a letter from my doctors to say that I couldn't see them anymore because they were negatively affecting my mental health. Because the job center people can, some of them, treat you like shit and basically call you scum to your face. She called me like an idiot and shit because she didn't think I did enough uh, job searches. But like it varies. Like every other different job coach has like a different amount. So you could do 50, and this one goes. And the next one goes, oh, you should have done 55, and then the next one goes, oh, you should have only done 20. But um, everything's going up, everything's so expensive, but benefits are going down. We all got taken 80 quid off us in November or October. It's last year. It's so ridiculous. We're just struggling, and the heating bills. I had to pay just 2 months ago, and net like £200 on top of my other like monthly bills, uh, um, for my electric. Like and that's only the midterm. It's like splitting the two. It's every 6 months, but the end of the year payment is going to be more. So like that long story about my depression and my mental health and like that, just to show how shitty the funded NHS is, and it's such a lovely place and the staff is great, and just Liz Truss is just an idiot. Boris Johnson is an idiot. They just care about rich people, and it's ridiculous. I don't think I'm gonna make ever another video on this, and I hope I haven't triggered anybody. And this was about my mental health. I just felt I needed to put groundwork on, like, what I've been through, like my experience with how shitty the NHS is funded and how we're just all struggling. Gotten, I can manage because I'm on my own, but it's so unfair where families are. I've said my piece. Criticize us all you want. Thank you for watching. Please do that petition. That don't pay for your energy bills. Fuck them. And Liz Trust, fuck off.